was that now the woman is still living in the mother's house. I don't even understand. Is it to keep her there till
she's a nurse? I don't understand.
She's not it. These are some of the issues that the interference. You allow the person to get married 2 weeks after you say she should come, and it is well. Ladies and gentlemen, you can imagine a wedding of 2 weeks. We have about 2 more calls to make.
Yes.
Hello?
Hi, this is 99.3 Nigeria Info. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're live on Relationship 360, and Olumide Kayode Omosebi is here with us.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine.
Thank you for allowing us to disturb your Saturday morning. Thank you for being willing to share your story. We have about 4 minutes. Can you just quickly give us in brief what happened in your marriage, please?
Yeah, first of all, I'm glad I'm finally happy to share this kind of my story, because when it first happened, I could not share my story because of the kind of depression and trauma that I had to go through. And this is why it happened. I got married last year, 2019, and after I got married, I never knew that my mother-in-law was not happy. And during the course of duration of marriage, I never knew that my mother-in-law told my husband back then that we should not get married, and he kept that away from me. So we went on with the wedding, only for me to see on my wedding day, it was only his mom and his dad that showed up. So I was really angry, but my mom's asked me to calm down. So all the sisters, because there are 4 sisters and he's the only son and he's the third one, they all refused to attend my wedding. They all gave me one excuse or the other. So, but after the wedding, they asked me to forgive them. I forgave all of them. And after, like a month after our wedding, I got pregnant. The first question the mother-in-law was asking me, oh, in Yoruba, oh my God, and I'm like, he was asking me, did you get pregnant before my son? I said, no, ma. From that day onward, I've never for one day rested from one problem to the other. Sometimes she will pack her load and come to our house. She wants to come and greet her only son. And me, I don't have anything, because my dad, I remember he told me then that when you are married, you are married. You don't have any room in this house again. So no matter what happened, I don't tell anybody. I refuse to share whatever is happening to me in my marriage. So the woman would eat, she comes to our house, oh, she wants to eat. I was like, Mama, anything you want to eat, you are free, your son's out. She'll still be asking for my permission. Like, you don't have to do that. Sometimes she'll come to my room where my shoe is, be complaining, my son is really trying for you. And then I will not even say one word. So for on and on and on and on, till I was like 6 months pregnant, when she had to finally bring her load and come to our house. And then I don't have anything to say because I moved back to Ibadan because of my wedding, so I left Lagos. Only for the woman, later, she just be giving me issues, and later my BP was not increasing. At my young age, I started having different kind of issues. The doctor will ask me if I'm thinking, and I'm like, I'm not thinking. That is my mother-in-law that is giving me issues. Sometimes she'll complain, oh, why did they register me in a private hospital? The son does not have any money. He's the only son. He cannot afford all those kind of things. So she'll be giving me issues. So from onset, I never for one day enjoyed the marriage. Even I remember when we now got to the hospital, when I was about to give birth, they did not even inform my parents. I was like, call my dad and my mom when I was having complications. None of them called my parents. They did not. They all kept that away from my parents. Till my labor, I later had to pass out. So it was when I almost passed out, they remember they all asked to call my mom. And my mom said she was having bad feelings. Later, they called them and they told them that this is what happened and this is what happened. My mom, she had to rush from Shagam to Ibadan. She had to rush back to see how she can help me. And when she got, even when my mom was around, I remember because I had to do surgery because the baby was bigger than what I thought. I remember when I was even doing labor, I remember the mother-in-law was telling me, Olenie, oh, le domobi, kiniko, amomi obini, one le domobi, otulo from surgery, tomorrow, and I'm like, Mama, it's not my fault now. Even with the stress, after I now gave birth, I now passed out. When I woke up, the woman was even telling me, OTG, you're not even supposed to wake up, that they can take care of the child irrespective of me being alive or not. That they've seen many women that will die and they will take care of the child. Then I started feeling like, oh, it's like I'm not an incubator, like they want to just use me in their family. None of them like me and they did not tell me. Meanwhile, after all these incidents, the pastor, one of the redeemed pastors, he never told me that the mother will come behind the bar to come and tell him that they should not join us together, that she does not know how she will tell both me and my ex-husband. But they did not tell us all these things. All this trauma I went through, I had to call a friend of mine. My friend was not telling that, do you know about one barrister Olumide that I don't have anything to offer you, but all I can do for you right now is that you should call this particular number, that this is your depression and trauma. Before you know it, you're going to get out of it. And thank God for barrister and thank God for God. And thanks to my friend Daniel that introduced me to the man, because if not for God and for him, so it was one that helped me through the process of depression. If barrister will come me like this, I'll start crying, I'll be weeping. And that was how he helped me. Sometimes he will call me, are you okay? Is everything fine now? Gradually, and that's how on and on and on. And that's how God has helped me. And now I now have my own business and I'm being fine without the guy. And I give God all the glory.
So, wow. How did you separate? How did it happen?
This what actually happened. The 8 days immediately I gave birth, after the naming, the woman said she cannot continue like this. Hey, you cannot marry. Then the woman now brought one bus to come and park. They started parking around 1 a.m. and they said they're going to take away the child. That since when I got married and I was not pregnant, that now that they have not had the opportunity to impregnate me, that they want the child and they're ready to pack all the load.
So the mother came to pack the load of.
Exactly.
The mother came to pack the load of her son from the house.
Right here in my presence. Even my parents, because they were away, they were shocked. My parents had to travel to come and experience that. Could a mother actually come to pack his son? He said, don't marry my son again. My son must not marry. Oh, my best motive work.
Wow.
And that's why I came to talk all the load. And they left me the baby. They've not even considered the fact that I just had my surgery. The baby, I've been taking care of the baby since 9 days till today. All by myself.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. In fact, it was more than 4 minutes. I just couldn't stop you because, the way it was coming out. Thank you very much for sharing your story. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm really glad that she's alive. At least nothing was done to hurt her or harm her in any way,
It is amazing. Do we have time for the last call? Okay, after the break is coming. That was what I was asking. That is a break imminent. Ladies and gentlemen, the stories are unending about the influence of fathers and mothers in their children's marriages. We cannot flog them, but we can tell you who wants to marry someone who is tied to their family or to their mother or to their father, to tell you that it will not end well. That is why some people have now started saying, well, I cannot marry someone whose mother is still alive or whose father is still alive. Yes. I got that from a questionnaire. A lot of people were praying that the person will be an orphan, that no father, no mother, they know they will have peace. Because what they have seen, what they have heard, the interference, please always check the person you are going to marry. Always check on the family. See that it is a man indeed and a woman indeed, not a man in half who is tied to the dictates of his family.
I have this question. So why would your mother-in-law come to live with a couple? Why? What of what use? Why would she come to live with her children, with her son or her daughter? Why would she stay with them in the house?
The main issue is a tradition of childbirth, especially when a child is given birth to. The mother-in-law comes to help her. That is just the tradition
Yes.
of a lot of people.
Yes.
So, or in a place where they have a lot of children in the house and they need help, or maybe they cannot afford help. I know of that one that will say, Mama, please just, because both parents are working or they need someone to. So there are some situations that you even call for them. But there are some when a lot now that taking care of the newborn baby has turned to automatic dictatorship in the house. They now take over the home. So I think we can make the third call now, right?
Okay.
So that is the problem when parents take over the homes of their children. It is a madhouse. And the funny thing is that parents at times even go and partner with their in-laws to dissolve the marriage of their children. You've not heard about that before?
No, this is the first time.
Oh, okay. You would understand. There seems to be no limit to the execution of the interest of some parents, some mothers-in-law, some fathers-in-law will go to hell to get what they want to be done. I know of one whose mother-in-law was giving hell because the mother-in-law had said, I want 4 children, and the lady gave birth to 2 and said it was enough. And the mother-in-law insisted it must be 4. If you are not going to give me this remaining 2, I will get a woman for him that will give the remaining 2.
Hello, this is 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Omosebi. I thank God for your life.
Oh wow. Hello.
Sorry, we
Oh,
lost
wow.
you. Oh,
We lost
that
you.
again. Okay, so from the stories we've heard this morning, there's just been a lot of shocking, revealing information here. So why should mother-in-laws, why should father-in-law try to interfere in the marriages of their children? I believe that the children in question, that means the husband and the wife, also have a role to play in this. They allow their parents, be the judge of their marriage. They allow the parents control. It's just too much to handle. So from the things that we've heard, Barrister Olumide said that
Plenty. I see you're looking for the one to
I don't even know where to start, because so this is just for those of you out there that want to get married. Make sure that you find out if the person is still tied down to his or her parents, because
it's funny.
If your husband to be is mommy's boy, then you're in for trouble. If the daughter is father's girl, then you're in for trouble.
I think we have 2 minutes. I think the signal is 2 minutes. Maybe we could pick a call.
Okay, yes. The phone lines have been buzzing.
We come back, then we make the final call.
All right, Lagos, let's hear what you have to say. Remember that you have 60 seconds to share your views. This is 99.3 Nigeria Info. Good morning.
Morning. My name is Wale.
Okay, Wale. Great to have you.
Good morning, Barrister Olumide.
Good morning, sir.
My own take is more of a contribution and advice on this topic.
Right.
In as much as you have said a lot about this, but I will still contribute that there are some cases where one spread one would like to take in the parent to live with the couple. But if I'm to do that, if I'm to take that decision that my mom should live with me, I will definitely tell my mom, the rules in my house is my house. I'm taking you in as my mother, but you not interfere in my marriage. I'm not bringing you in to come and be the referee in my house, but as a coach, even as a coach, there's a limit to the things you can tell me in my house. You have seen my mother, no part denying that. That's my own advice. That's
All right.
Also, in the aspect of
You have just 1 minute.
All right. Thank you.